Yo, what's going on, guys? And we talked about this in the past. The NBA is exploring starting a new tournament or league in Europe. If you guys do not recall, last year, the NBA, it was either last year or the year before that, the NBA tried to convince the 8 biggest clubs across Europe, which I think was like Real Madrid, Barcelona, I want to say Berlin, and I think like Maccabi, Tel Aviv, Panathinaikos, Olympiacos, a few others, Monaco, to all like create a separate league outside of the EuroLeague to be like NBA Europe. And I believe it was turned down. But a recent story by Tim Reynolds of the AP, when they talked about with Adam Silver, the NBA is exploring the possibility of creating an annual tournament or a new league in Europe. Adam Silver told Tim Reynolds of the AP, quote, "We certainly haven't made any definitive decisions. I continue to believe there's an enormous opportunity here. It's not something where we'll transform a league structure into short term, but I think there's an appetite among our team owners for additional investment in global basketball. Whatever we do here, I think it's important that it's added to the European basketball structure," end quote. Adam Silver said, which basically means the NBA has always been in talks for Europe expansion for decades. And he also did say that they're in current talks with FIBA as they're much more serious due to the new league media rights, which again, I like the idea of this. And for me, when we look at this situation, I personally think it's not, maybe money talks. And the more and more these clubs go, they're just turning more and more capitalistic. As much as you and I may or may not like it, it's just the way of the beast. And teams are giving up tradition for money. And when the NBA would have to involve FIBA, according to sources briefed on that matter, told The Athletic, a FIBA spokeswoman confirmed that the NBA are having talks about projects worldwide, including the NBA. If the NBA were to start a league, it would potentially be the direct competitor to the EuroLeague, which is a conglomerate of the 18 best teams across the continent and serves as the top basketball league outside of the NBA. And it is comprised of 2 tiers of franchise, 13 of which are known as permanent members, and 6 that must qualify. I guess it's actually, 6 must qualify for the league. The so-called permanent members are shareholders in the Euro leagues and operate under a license, but that license expires after the 25 to 26 season. In June, the shareholders reportedly agreed to extend their license through 2040, though the decision has not been ratified. The NBA could take advantage of what some European basketball executives see as a period of uncertainty. Top-tier team basketball teams do not make the same money as NBA teams, and they're sometimes owned by their soccer counterparts, who their soccer counterparts are getting a lot of Saudi money, and they're growing exponentially. And some, or potentially most, of European basketball teams lose money. European basketball media rights are small compared to the other sports leagues in Europe and just in America, and their desire to win at the top levels of European basketball that leads teams to eat the losses in the pursuit of championships has potentially led, the idea of an NBA finance league could change those dynamics where they could improve the economic structure for them. The fear has always been if the NBA comes in, it's going to be with the NBAs in the States, an entertainment league, business entertainment, and then the sports. And the EuroLeague is currently testing the market for potential equity investments and has hired investment bank Liontree as an advisor. So the NBA has already put together a similar model with the Basketball Africa League, which brings together some of the top teams on the continent in games outside of the domestic competitions. So if some are unhappy with the EuroLeague, they could go there. Like, no one is obviously wanting NBA Europe. I think that has legit not worked out. NBA Europe is not what they're doing. But the FIBA has significant ties with the NBA's Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum as the league's representative for the FIBA Central Board, and the FIBA and the NBA also held talks at the All-Star Game in Indianapolis, and Silver said the members from the two sides have been having discussions through the Olympics. And what you have to understand is this would be a totally separate entity and not part of the NBA. And I think what it is, it's just really what they're saying is it's going to be like the basketball league in Africa, where it's just operated as a additional competition to get these teams some extra money. That's it.